Hey, how are you? My name's Drew, aka Booty Sweat, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. If not, then I already said welcome back. Today we're actually going to be looking at a nice little piece of hardware. If you're interested in getting into fighting games and interested in using like an arcade stick, maybe you're new to fighting games, or maybe you've been using pad for a while, whatever it is, you've seen some of the more professional players maybe using the arcade stick with buttons, and you think, oh, that looks really cool. Problem is, a lot of mid-range to higher-end arcade sticks can be kind of expensive. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to go out and buy the most expensive arcade stick, because who knows, you may buy an arcade stick and then decide, I don't really like playing on this, and I already just spent $200, $250 on a high-end arcade stick, or even just $150. So what we have here is the Mayflash F101 arcade stick. It's a mini arcade stick. It's not very big, it's not very heavy, but it's only $40 on Amazon, and so it's a really good entry-level price. What I want to do today is I want to actually give it a test run. I want to open it up, take a look at it, see if maybe it's actually good for the price. So see if you're not necessarily just getting what you pay for, so to speak, in terms of kind of the affordability of the stick. Now you'll notice it's an F101. Mayflash actually came out with an F100 model. The difference with the F101 is that it's more easily moddable. So if you decide that you like this stick and down the line you want to put like maybe some Sanwa buttons on it, some Hayabusa buttons, some of these better kinds of buttons, a better arcade stick, all of that kind of stuff, then you can actually pretty easily swap those parts out without needing a soldering iron, without needing any of that kind of crap. So what you do not need to do is do not go out and buy an expensive stick. Look at something more along these lines. And so let's open this bad boy up and see what we have inside. Alright, so you want to take the back of the box here and just kind of get this tab out like this. Pretty standard stuff. Open this bad boy on up, and you can actually see the stick in there like that. And so it's just kind of hanging out, waiting for us to pull it out. So here we go. Oh, and this actually has a pretty good little bit of weight to it. What is this? It has a pretty good little bit of weight to it. It's not entirely light. Now, I've actually owned a Quanba drone in the past. I don't have it anymore, but it actually felt substantially lighter and like it had less to it than this. This is only $40. The Quanba drone, when I got it, was $80. And this already feels kind of like a sturdier product. I don't know. It's smaller than the Quanba drone, but overall it feels sturdier. It feels like it has pretty nice plastic, thick plastic back. The buttons actually feel okay on it. They're already substantially better than I think the Quanba drones were. It doesn't sound as like hollow and really, I guess, empty and echoey as the Quanba drone did, so I'm impressed with that already. These are just the proprietary buttons that Mayflash makes. They're not Sanwas and not Hayabusas. You're not getting a stick with the real premium buttons for $40. The premium buttons themselves are going to cost half that. And then probably another 10 to 15 for the stick. The stick feels okay. Feels nice. It's a standard square gate stick. You can see up here you've got some other options. You've got a turbo button, you've got your select and your start buttons, your PlayStation home button, all of that kind of stuff. I don't see it doesn't look like there is a touchpad button, which could be a problem in some cases, but you know what? A lot of the entry-level sticks don't have that, so that's okay. We're not going to hold it against it too much. Anyway, so it's looking pretty sturdy. This is kind of what it looks like on the sides, just very plain plastic. You've got your USB here. And now this is supposedly a universal stick, so you should be able to use it on PC, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. And you can see there, that's what these options are, this little switch right here. So, overall, I'm pretty okay with this. This feels nice. It has a good bit of heft. It's nice and small, so I can fit it really easily on my desk here and play like this. In fact, we're going to try that out here in a minute. But yeah, not too bad. This is pretty impressive for the price. $40. $40, not bad. So actually, I'm going to flip this bad boy over, and we are going to take a look inside. Alright, now that we have this little guy open, first actually I want to talk about the back right here. So this is actually a real metal back. I thought it was just kind of like a sturdy plastic, but that's like actually metal. So that's pretty cool. And the cool thing about this stick is you can actually see these little wires in here. They have these wire coverings. And the thing that makes this stick different than the F100, like I mentioned earlier, is that it's more easily moddable. So you can see kind of in there that the cables for the buttons, they just come right out, and then you can just easily install a Sanwa button or a Hayabusa button or whatever, put the cover back on, and then you are good to go. So that's pretty cool. Same thing for the stick. You can see the stick is there. And all you'd have to do is unplug it and install the new stick right on in there. No soldering required, no nothing required. We're not going to go into depth on how to do all that kind of stuff, but just know that you can do it, and it's not going to be too difficult. Alright, so here you can see I'm messing with the PS4. Clearly it doesn't work. It is not natively supported on the PS4, so keep that in mind. Here I am on the PC. It was as easy as plug and play. There's a little bit of audio desyncing issues, but that's on my end. That's not because of the stick, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, it was pretty responsive. I was able to get some of the combos that I'm used to doing with Chun-Li. And then finally, again, there was a little bit of desync issues, so you're going to have to bear with me on that. But this is Streets of Rage 3 on the Switch, and so you can see there is plenty of plug and play with the Switch as well. All I had to do was plug it into the USB, and it worked immediately. You just have to set it to the Nintendo Switch setting on the controller, which again is in that top left corner we talked about earlier. It's one of the options up there. So easy enough. Plug and play, worked responsively for the for the PC and the Switch. Okay, so it's time for my overall recommendation on this little piece of hardware, and I'm actually really surprised by it. I'm really pleased with it. You can see I've already installed a little WASD drop in there. That took me like 5 minutes because of how easy to mod this stick is. It has a lot of heft. It feels like a more quality build even than the Quanba drone, which I've owned in the past and cost about twice as much money. So overall, I think it is a pretty solid choice if you're on PC or Switch and you're looking for a beginner stick. You're not willing to put in a whole bunch of money or whatever. 40 bucks, you can't really beat it. Now keep in mind, if you're wanting to play on PS4 with this thing, you're going to have to actually buy a converter because it's only natively in support of the PS3, not the PS4. I don't know about the Xbox. I don't have an Xbox, so I can't really test it, but I bet it would probably be the same. So you're going to end up having to get a converter anyway, and those can run you anywhere from $25 to $40 just by themselves. So at that point, you're already spending, instead of $40, you're spending $65 to $80. Might as well go ahead and get the next step up, which is the F300, which I am going to be doing a review of here shortly. But that one natively supports the PS4, etc. But if you're really only playing on Switch or you're playing on PC or whatever, and you only want to spend 40 bucks, get this little guy. It's actually pretty good. I highly recommend it. I've been playing on it for a little while, and it's responsive. It seems sturdy. It sits nicely on the desk because of its size. So yeah, I would recommend it. All right, everyone, that's it for this one. Have a good one. Be blessed.